by Russian missiles. And most prominently in September last year, there was a missile attack very close to the reactor buildings of the South Ukrainian nuclear power plant, close to Yuzhno-Ukrainsk, where 300 meters from the reactor buildings, a missile impacted and damaged especially the electricity infrastructure, which is a very severe event for nuclear safety, because a reactor power plant, a nuclear power plant, requires electricity to keep the cooling going on. And so it is a very severe, even if the reactor building itself was not impacted that much, it is a very severe safety-related issue. So making an overview of those two cases, looking at the kind of reactor type we have in Zaporizhzhia, which is a VVR 1000 reactor, where in the reactor building you have six reactor buildings, 6 reactors at Zaporizhzhia. It's the largest in Europe power plant. But in each of those reactor buildings you have 2, not 1, but 2 largest sources of radioactivity, which is obviously the reactor core, where the heat is produced to produce electricity, but also the spent fuel pool, which actually contains a larger amount of radioactivity than is present in the reactor itself. However, it is at a lower temperature, but still requires active cooling. And so for the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant today, all 6 reactors are in shutdown since September last year. And so this spent fuel, both in the core and in the spent fuel pool, has further cooled down. This means that if all cooling would stop, and there are many systems to keep cooling going, but if everything would stop, then there is an estimation that it would take between 1 and 2 weeks before you would have a core meltdown. It could still happen, but it would take a lot of time. And you could have a large nuclear disaster also in Zaporizhzhia.